What happens when a professional killer gains superpowers in a corrupt city of Gotham ruled by superheroes and supervillains? This is the story of Tommy Montague, the Hitman. Hey, super friends, Jake here from the Brave and the Boys, and today I'm so excited to do a guest overview for Organic Price Books on Garth Ennis's Hitman. This is a book I read recently. I actually read it about a week ago, so it's fresh in my mind. This is my first time reading it, and I absolutely loved it. I loved Garth Ennis's run on Preacher, and it was so cool to finally read something that took place in DC. But Hitman is not a book about happy endings. Hitman tackles complex themes such as the effects of violence and war, and it is a book about morally ambiguous characters with a strict code of ethics doing the best they can and what we would do in a world of superheroes and supervillains. Tommy is an amazing, complex character who has a strict code of ethics. He'll kill anybody that he thinks deserves it. You get to meet amazing losers like Six Pack and amazing friends like Nat the Hat. It's an incredible storyline that had me on the edge of my seat. You get to see awesome cameos from DC heroes like Etrigan the Demon, Catwoman, and you get to see someone not afraid of Batman, which means he's got balls of steel. So this is volume 1, so it's going to include half of the Hitman story. So it is going to have Hitman 1 through 33, the Demon's Annual where Hitman first appeared, and a Hitman Annual, which I loved it. It was like a cool Western story. It was awesome. So we're going to flip through the book. I'll show you some of the art and tell you why you need to pick up this amazing story. So let's dive into Garth Ennis's and John McCree's magnum opus Hitman. So on the cover, you're going to see a lot of the characters such as Tommy himself, the X-ray vision Hitman with a code of ethics. You're going to see Etrigan, who pops up a few times. My favorite character, who I first saw on Harley Quinn, it's spinoff Kite Man. That's Six Pack, just a complete degenerate drunk, and Kyle Rayner. So I will say the only thing I don't love about this book is I would have put the demon issues where Hitman first debuts in the beginning, but it doesn't do that. So let's go here. This is a great size book, and there will definitely be a second volume. So, starts with a nice foreword by Garth Ennis, and there you get to see Batman and Hitman. So, Hitman definitely takes place in the streets of Gotham. The artwork is just completely 90s, and he is just a stone cold killer. And you can't sneak up on him because he can see through walls and he can read your thoughts. And I love this. I feel like this book is such a parody of like 90s villains and 90s heroes. You're just all extreme losers. And Hitman just smokes them all. So it is cool. I will say though, again, I wish the demon issues had been in the front, which is the origin of Hitman, where you see how he got his powers. He doesn't just face supervillains, he also faces demons. So these demons like worship guns. They're like the demons of guns, and they want Hitman to be their new contract killer. Here's a girl that he dates for a little bit, and maybe it's not the most ethical thing, but he does use his telekinetic powers to be the ideal boyfriend for her. But in this book, he gets a contract to kill the Joker for $1 million. So it's just really cool to see him interact with the Gotham people. And who's not going to like someone trying to murder the Joker? That's going to be Batman. So he does, he's killed hundreds of people, but they're usually villains. He kind of has a code. So the cops of Gotham, the corrupt and the good cops hate him. The superheroes hate him. And Batman can't abide by someone going to murder the Joker. So this was fun, a really good storyline. There's a big twist about who set the contract up and what really happens. But at the core is the friends of Hitman. So this is his best friend right here, other than Nat the Hat, which you'll see a little bit later on. So let's jump ahead. This next series was 10,000 Bullets, and you kind of just have Tommy going on a rampage, killing a lot of the goons that were trying to kill him, and you get to see him partner up with his best friend, Nat the Hat. So this is, again, this guy is like some guy, what's his name? So here you see his best friend, Nat the Hat, and he's just a like ride or die, loyal homie that always has his back. And that's what, Hitman draws you in with the action and the parody and all that stuff. But you stick around for the friends, the guys that, the loser hitmen that hang out at Noonan's, the bar in Gotham, that are just loyal as shit. And they're just brothers in arms. and you just really fall in love with the characters. So a lot of the scenes are them just sitting, getting drunk at the bar, and you really fall in love with all the characters. This one is really important. It flashes back to a lot of times when they almost died, and I think this is the issue when it really hit home how special the cast of characters were in this book. You get to learn a lot about all the side characters. In this book, they're talking about the time they came the closest to dying, and you get a little bit of everyone's backstory, and it just truly is special. This book takes a critical look on violence and war and the effects that has on you, and if you could ever truly escape them. So this book is incredibly special. We're going to jump ahead to a little bit further. Okay, so that's the first Bloodlines. So now we're towards the end of the book. This has the Bloodlines Demon Annual that introduces Hitman, where he debuts. Again, I would have put this stuff at the front. So here you get some cool stuff with the Etrigan the Demon, and you get Tommy, and he is going to do a hit on a mob boss. And then this giant alien monster thing attacks, and when he, makes quick work of the mob boss that Tommy was going to kill, and then he goes and attacks Tommy, and when he bites him, he gives Tommy his Hitman powers, which are the ability to read thoughts and X-ray vision. So I love this scene when he's first developing his X-ray vision. That's his eyes become black, and that's why he always wears sunglasses, and he just sees everybody as skeletons, and he starts hearing everybody's thoughts, and this is just a cool origin story to the character. I don't know how to pronounce that. Is that Glomp? Everyone's favorite character, Glomp. So lastly, we're looking at my favorite story in this, which was A Coffin Full of Dollars. So here, Tommy goes on a job for a sheriff in kind of like a western town, and basically the sheriff has kind of a allegiance with the mob boss in the area, the local gang, but things that are ruffling it is there's a cemetery where a mall is being built on, and apparently there is a coffin full of money that everybody wants to get. So it's a classic western standoff, but all the characters are just so interesting. You meet a Marine character who's dealing with painful things he developed. Here you meet a fellow soldier, and Hitman's time as a soldier from the Gulf War is really, important to the character. And here you meet a disabled veteran who he bonds with. So this is my favorite storyline just because, it's able to be different genres, and this one is just a classic Western. And honestly, it made me feel like, it just felt like an awesome HBO series episode. So I definitely loved it. And now let's jump in if there's any extras. So here are the extras. It looks like you get Kevin Smith's introduction to 10,000 Bullets. Here you get to see an awesome piece of Tommy and Six Pack, the Degenerate Drunk. This is that demon of the guns. And then you get some cool scripts. So there will be a second Hitman Omnibus, and I will definitely be picking it up. Again, I have read it all digitally, but the scans weren't very good on the DC app. This is much higher quality. And, this book's been out of print for a while, and I just got to thank Organic Price Books for it. Get some cool images. There's him with Catwoman. Him with Batman. Yeah, guys, let's jump into my final thoughts. And that's going to bring this video to a close. Thank you so much for watching. If you do want to pick this book up, you can do so at Organic Price Books. Save $2 with the code Braveboys. Or if you're buying 4 or more books, you can save 5% with the code Braveboyssit. Thank you so much for watching. Keep reading and stay brave.